Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Do we match again? Black. Hi, everybody. This is Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. Hi. Here we go. Woo. Welcome. Everybody, welcome to Wednesday. Those are people right there. We are ready to go. Thank you for being here. Happy almost end of November. Have a seat. Let's get started. Save a lot of that love, ladies and gentlemen. Save a lot of that love from a good friend. She's my sister from another mister. Say hello to Miss Kendall, everybody.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. That cracks me up every time. I don't know
Sister
why.
from another mister.
It's been months and it still cracks me up.
Same compliment. I know I sound like a broken record, but you look lovely today. You
Thank
look
you.
fantastic.
We match.
We do. Unintentionally, we're both in our black.
No, dark black today.
How was your evening?
Good. May I just make a PSA?
You may make, hey, we have a whole hour. You say what you want to say.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Coffee.
Coffee?
Coffee saves lives.
It does. Yes.
That's all.
That's it? That's
Yeah.
the shortest PSA ever. Okay,
Thank
yeah.
you. No, it was free.
I
It was free in the cafeteria. Well, I don't know if it was free. I think it was someone else's, and I actually just took it.
are you stealing a coworker's coffee?
Well, it was in like a craft thing, and I'm like,
Oh.
well,
It's probably for a shishi meeting that we weren't invited to. That's
Probably
fine.
not.
Go ahead and take it. No, someone brought this up today. It's funny that you mentioned coffee. Someone said, hey, if you were in the zombie apocalypse and you had to like go through hardware stores and I said, oh, I would rampage through a Starbucks. You know what I mean? I would stock up on coffee. You know, I mean, I would go to Menards first, or Ace. I'd get some equipment.
that you wouldn't know how to use.
Exactly. I'd come.
You'd come over to my house. I'm just speaking truth.
I know. All she's doing is speaking the truth. I wouldn't know. I don't know how to start a fire.
No, you'd
I
come
don't know
over
how
to
to
my
build
house,
things.
and
No.
Jordan would do it for us.
Exactly. And then I would go to a grocery store, obviously. I'd go into a Cub and steal food.
Good idea.
And then I'd immediately try to find an abandoned Starbucks and load up on coffee.
Oh.
Yeah. To survive.
Did you know you really should come to my house because we have like a survivalist thing in my basement.
Oh, again, this is so funny. You're not the only coworker.
Really?
I have a coworker at the radio station. I'll change his name to not embarrass him. Mike Gale. That's his. Yeah, it's really his name. Mike Gale has a doomsday bunker in his house.
Yeah.
And he has like, I don't know, canned corn and green beans and things.
We
and,
have some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he has that. And he's also a clown. He comes from a clown family.
We don't have that.
Yeah, his whole family's a clown, and he was kicked out of the clown order because you have to have a clown talent. And he went before the
jury.
the jury of clowns, and he went to perform his talent, and he didn't have a talent, and they kicked him out. Yeah.
That's harsh.
Speaking of friends, we have some friends in the audience today. Ladies and gentlemen, friends from Como Zoo are here. And then some, and then the Dock Cafe in Stillwater, they're here, a little outing, so there we go. Welcome, everybody. As I say this all the time, if you're a manager, you're a business owner, we do little company trips. Aaron Schwab dances for you. We give, she does a little, yeah, anyway. Now, before we get started, too, I think I'm gonna speak to the human race, and then we're gonna get started. Yesterday, I got 5 robocalls within a 15-minute period. Robocalls are worse. Am I alone? They're worse than ever. And I don't get it. I don't get what's going on. I thought didn't they enact a law in the 90s or something?
They did do a thing for like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you could sign up several years back to get off the robocall list, but it expired after 5 years. And I feel like a lot of people it expired for recently. So you might be a victim.
I got to find that list because it was driving me nuts. Anyway, let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Well, first up, the new trailer for the Cats movie dropped yesterday. Now, Aaron, no. You may remember the first trailer, it freaked everybody out. Now, it's been 4 months, and the new trailer is doing the exact same thing. Look at this.
Tonight is a magical night, where I choose the cat that deserves a new life.
Going to the ball could get dangerous. Come on! Let's dance!
I judge a cat by its soul.
I've got plenty of soul.
Spotlight. And a drum roll, please.
Problem number one. Judi Dench is a cat, right?
Yes.
Follow me here.
Yes.
Judi Dench is a cat.
I think so.
Why is she wearing a fur coat? She has cat fur right there. If she's a cat, she already has fur. And second, the cat furry boobies are freaking me out. Look at that. I don't want to see that.
Well, I'll give you the furry boobies. That is weird. But she's a dame, so she gets a coat. Two, that looks fantastic. And I hate cats. Listen, I love real cats.
No, don't say you hate cats on the show.
I love real cats.
Oh, I'm in such a good mood and I don't want the email. Here we go.
Okay. I love real life cats. I had one my whole life, okay? His name was Sophus.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't normally like that musical. Well, he was Sophie.
Sophus?
Well, he was Sophie, then we figured out he was a boy and not a girl, so we changed to Sophus.
You're confusing that woman in the audience.
Don't make me cry already.
Yeah.
Okay, so this looks funny.
Yeah.
It's got good dancing.
Anyway, this looks freaky. It's the CGI. I get it. It's a human face with kitty ears, furry boobies, a tail. I don't like this. Well, and again, I'm coming from a place of abject hatred because
you hate the musical.
I hate this musical. Yeah. I walked out at intermission. It was like, thank you, Eric. I walked out, I gave myself a tongue bath, and I went home. Yeah.
Give it a try, Chase.
That's all right. Next in the dish, the Grammy nominations were announced this morning, and it features a lot of artists that we love around her. First up, Lizzo. The one-time Minneapolis resident leads the way with 8 nominations, including Album of the Year, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year. She also nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance alongside Beyonce, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande Latte, and Taylor Swift. The Grammys are January 26th. Another little headline out of this, because we're talking about Taylor Swift a lot. She didn't get snubbed, but she didn't get nominated in a lot of big categories. So that's the big thing, but she still got nominated a few times. All I care about is Lizzo. She was nominated, that's all that matters.
All we care about. And her song says Minnesota Vikings, so even if you don't like Lizzo, you at least know like 2 words in the whole song, and you should clap anyway because it's Minnesota. And we don't get any love.
And going back to Taylor Swift, I listened to her whole album. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know there's people either like or love her and don't like her. I love that whole album, so I don't get it. Next in the dish, this is Nutter Butters. In one of the more bizarre stories of the day, I think we could say month, the screenwriter for the movie Harriet, okay? about Harriet Tubman, says when he first pitched this film back in 1994, one name rose to the top of the actress list to play Harriet Tubman. An executive in Hollywood suggested Julia Roberts play Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman! When people in the room said Julia couldn't play Harriet for, quote, obvious reasons, the executive said, and this is the nutter part, oh, it's so long ago, no one will know the difference. Harriet debuted earlier this month and stars Cynthia Erivo as Harriet and does, according to critics, a magnificent job. Yes. This is so, on a bottom basement level, just so offensive. It's so offensive and gross. And as a white dude, I was like, I need to get perspective. And my friend Shaletta, who does a podcast, Two Hot Mamas, I said, Shaletta has, if you want an opinion, Shaletta will give you an opinion. And she made a really good point. She's like, how offensive to black actresses? In '94, some of the big ones that should have gotten this role, Halle Berry, we had Angela Bassett, we had Vanessa Williams, Vivica A. Fox. Again, this is '94. I'm not like right now, Viola Davis would be mentioned. '94, Viola wasn't quite huge, but how offensive to women of color who struggle to get a role anyway. Here's a role of a woman of color, and they're going to give it to Julia Roberts. You
just can't even comment on insanity sometimes.
Well, you can't.
It's just like,
and
what?
I don't, and let's just get this straight. I know sometimes with some stories you go, well, that was a long time ago. No, that is
stop.
hogwash. That was '94. I was alive back then.
Me too.
That was offensive in '94. Let's not fool ourselves. It was offensive in '94. It's offensive now. Yeah. Oh, that executive, don't you want to know who that is? I want to know who that is. How ridiculous. As I always say, I want to be in that meeting. How ridiculous.
I just can't.
I can't and I won't. Listen to Shaletta's podcast, by the way, wherever, Two Hot Mamas, on wherever you find podcasts. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Coming up, I've always thought adults shouldn't review kids' movies, so today I'm putting my money where my mouth is. We've hired Shane's daughter, we're paying her in candy, to review the sure-to-be blockbuster Frozen 2. Then, speaking of reviews, producer Ted is back with his review of another Netflix holiday movie, Let It Snow. And let's just say Ted's feeling the holiday spirit today. And Gerard from Soul Bowl is back just in time to show us a killer Thanksgiving sandwich. Stay right there, it's all coming up.
Spill the tea
Fifth Amendment?
on your co-star,
Okay.
Olivia Colman.
Very big heart. Niagara in her capacity for crying.
Oh, really? She can turn on the waterworks?
She's extraordinary, but
Yep.
she feels everything. She's, there's nobody like her, with no tear duct like her, actually.
All right, okay.
Extraordinary.
Colin Firth, your co-star from The King's Speech.
Colin, I love dearly. He talks too much. But,
Talks too much. Okay, your co-star from
gonna
Ocean's
kill
8,
me. This is
Rihanna. Spill it.
Rihanna, she's amazing. She's a goddess. I mean, she looks extraordinary. She is a goddess. Could never understand a word she said, though.
Really?
We speak totally different languages, but I loved her, and she was amazing to look at. She's a really good actress, too. And then she's a great designer. She's an amazing
She
phenomenon.
sings as well. Have you heard
Oh,
her
yes,
sing?
that's right.
That as well. She's also a singer. Helena Bonham Carter on with Colbert last night talking about season 3 of The Crown. She plays Princess Margaret, and she is so good in that role. I love her. And of course, I love her in the Harry Potter movies as well. Love her, so good. More late night, Victoria Beckham was on Kimmel last night, and believe it or not, she's been married to David Beckham for 20 years now. I remember when they first started dating. The conversation, though, turned to her kids. Look at this.
Kids are how old now?
Brooklyn is 20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Romeo is 17. Cruz is 14 and Harper is 8. I've got so many kids.
You got 4 kids?
So many kids. Well, you have 4 kids
I
as
have 4
well,
kids
don't
as
you?
well, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
lot of kids.
It's a lot of kids. I always say it's less about parenting and more about crowd control. When it gets to that many, right? That's
Did they
a lot.
bring all their friends over and it's like a whole thing at your... Because I would hang out at your house if
Yeah.
I was a kid and,
Yeah.
in the neighborhood for sure.
We do. We have all the children, all 4 kids, bring all their friends over to the house. So when we come home at the end of the day, there's always lots and lots of children. And I think the main focus is making sure that they all leave empty-handed and that the art is still on the wall.
Well, I get it. Yeah, Victoria is out promoting her new beauty line. That's funny. I was just talking about this to a friend. There's so many people that do makeup lines now. Everybody. Lisa Rinna just announced she's doing a lip gloss line. You know what I mean? And
Stop.
she's doing a lip gloss line. Yeah. Well, who better than to do a lip gloss than Lisa Rinna? Yeah. I love her lips. You got to get Lisa Rinna. I'll never make fun of because she hustles. Lisa Rinna never says no to anything. And she also taught me a really good rule. When you go to a hotel room, she gets like a disinfectant wipes and she disinfects everything in that room. The remote, because that remote is dirty. And then on the plane, she wipes everything down. So when I do that, you don't do that? Oh, yeah. You got to do that. Yeah.
Germs and me are like friends. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Next in the dish, just in time for Thanksgiving, NBC Universal is out with a brand new board game that you can play with your family. If your family has a really weird sense of humor, and it's based on a popular talk show. Here's a hint.
In the case of 8-month-old Monet, Maurice, you are not.
That's right. That's right. The game is actually called The Maury Show. You are not the father.
Oh, that's the full title?
That's the full title. The Maury Show, you are not the father. According to the press release, the game challenges players to prove their non-paternity through a series of outrageous accusations and laugh-out-loud arguments. At the end, a paternity test is performed, and the results are revealed in an envelope. It is available for pre-order on Amazon right now. Yeah.
So...
You are not the mother. Right there, yes. That is fantastic. You have to have a really special family to play that game, without offending anybody.
Well, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of like Clue. And then I thought about my family
Clue?
and having a few drinks, and then I'm like, oh, we'd actually probably have fun with that game.
Clue?
Well, it's kind of like Clue, like who done it, who's the daddy.
Yeah. Professor Plum with the lead pipe in the library. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Candlestick. I'm sorry, candlestick. Yeah. Rope. Next in the dish. There's only so many things. Knife, candlestick. I loved Clue as a kid, though. Yeah. Let's move on, shall we? Next in the dish. Thank goodness we're on Fox 9 Plus today. That's right, yeah. Thank God. Thank goodness you're all watching the impeachment inquiry today. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next in the dish, nerd news. Oh, help me. Nerd news, we're a month away from the release of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, literally today. Yeah, today's 1 month. And Mickey Mouse is ramping up the pub big time. Look at this, look at the TV. This is a brand new promo that dropped yesterday with new footage to whet your Jedi appetite. The new footage is coming up right here. There we go. A bunch of new interviews also dropped, one with Lucasfilm head honcho Kathleen Kennedy. Listen to this. She basically admitted that Disney hasn't quite decided what to do with the Star Wars movie universe once this final movie comes out, because this is it. This one wraps up the Skywalker saga that started with the original Star Wars back in the late 70s. J.J. Abrams, director J.J. Abrams, who's directing Episode 9, talked with Entertainment Weekly about the pressure of wrapping up not only this new trilogy, but he's wrapping up the entire 9-movie saga. He said he took it very seriously, and he thinks fans will like the ending. Except for the whiny man-baby boys that get on YouTube and complain about everything about Star Wars. But yeah, I don't pay any attention to them. But
Nope.
I'm excited. The new footage looks fantastic. I love these characters. And it is, you got to give this guy credit. He's wrapping up 9 movies.
Right.
It's hard to land that plane. You know what I mean? It's going to be...
And it spans generations.
Literally, yes.
So it's a big deal.
Yeah. Next up, only 2 days to go, speaking of big movies, until Frozen 2 opens in theaters. Yeah. Let it go. Odds are many of you will be taking your kids or grandkids to see it. Our buddy Shane Wells is back. She got a chance to see the movie yesterday, and she took her Frozen-loving daughter, Karis, with her. And lucky for us, we put Karis on the payroll, and she recorded Karis's review.
It's now time for our Frozen 2 review, coming straight to you from the tent over Karis's bed. Karis Catherine, aka Elsa. All right, come on out and tell us, what did you think about Frozen 2?
It was good.
Okay, give me some more details.
It was a little scary, Elsa.
It was scary? Why was it scary?
Well, the scariest part was when Anna said, "Giants, come and get me."
She said, "Giants, come and get me." Were you able to watch, or did you have to close your eyes?
I'll be able to watch her.
Oh, good. Okay, so we talked about the scariest part. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was when Elsa had a unicorn and they almost became friends.
What about her look? Because it was a little different this time around. Everyone had a new look.
Elsa changed to look at her hair every time.
She had a lot of hairstyles, didn't she? Did you have a favorite?
Yeah, when she had her hair down.
Oh, she had her hair down. Finally, Elsa let her hair down.
She let her hair down. Look who's here. It's Shane Wells, everybody. Welcome back.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Okay. By the way, how much is she charging us for this?
That's a lot.
Okay,
Just
good,
until you
good.
get the bill.
Let's talk about the music. The music was legendary in the first movie. How was it in the second one?
Still a lot of great songs. You're going to be singing Into the Unknown instead of Let It Go. So it's got the same feel to it, but
So,
they changed the words.
Into the Unknown is the new song.
The new song. Panic at the Disco, by the way, redoes it for the credits. It's actually kind of fun.
Oh.
I was a little judgy at first, but I liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, lots of songs.
But good ones. Because I'm hearing iffy on...
There's a few too many, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
There was a 30-minute period where I felt like no story came about. It was just song after song after song after song.
Oh.
And some were slow, so you're kind of like, okay, move along.
Okay, let's talk about the storyline. I hear Karis and you found it a little convoluted for a kid's movie.
Okay, so for Frozen 1, you can really easily summarize what happens, right? This one, I still don't know exactly what happens in this movie. And
Really?
I'm not even being funny. I was paying attention and I was sober. And I just want you to know, it's important to note.
Well, thank you for both of those. I appreciate that, yeah.
So we were driving home, the whole 15-minute drive, she fired off question after question because she didn't quite understand the story. And honestly, I couldn't even answer some of them because I couldn't also fill in that plot hole that was created with the story.
Oh, so there is a plot hole.
There's a lot of plot holes. It goes deep. It gets a little too in the woods, in my opinion. Like, we got through, and I was thinking about it earlier, and I'm like, so there were the 5, and then they went, but why did they go to there, and who did?
And if you're thinking that,
Yeah.
imagine a kid.
For a Disney movie. Now, Karis doesn't care about plot holes.
Yeah.
She still enjoyed the movie, and that's who it's for.
I
Me?
hear it's long for a Disney movie.
She said, I said, what'd you think about the length? And she said, well, I did get a little wiggly at the end.
Well,
She was getting a little...
there's a little,
and-
I mean, I get it.
So yeah, it was, again, they could have cut out probably like 2 or 3 songs, and they still would have great music and a story.
And it would have been a great special feature on the DVD.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's all about selling that Disney.
That's right. Shane Wells, everybody. Frozen 2 hits theaters this Friday. Still ahead today. Speaking of movies and movie reviews, producer Ted gives his latest Christmas movie review. And will it finally be to Ted's liking? You will find out when we return. Back after this. What? He said.
Oh, if I want that many cards today, I definitely want
Maybe the universe isn't against me. Maybe it's telling me to have my party here.
The universe always has the answer, Keon. You just have to subscribe to her newsletter.
Well, does that mean I can have my party here?
Aren't you glad I called you in today?
Dude, yeah! Yes, thank you!
Okay, look, you're gonna have to clean up tomorrow. You're gonna have to play some good music. And you're gonna have to give me a ride home because I bicycled here this morning and it was real slip-slidey out there.
Welcome back. That is a clip from the Netflix Christmas movie, not Hallmark, Netflix, Let It Snow is what it's called, where a snowstorm on Christmas Eve brings together a group of young people, and it stars one of our favorites. Isabella is actually she was from Dora. It's actually being compared to Love Actually, one of my favorites, and that means, once again, it's time for Producer Ted Reviews Christmas Movies. Joining us from our control room is producer Ted Johnson. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
Now, I don't want to prejudge any of this segment, this movie, but looking at that clip, this looks like a high-quality motion picture.
It is. It's better. It's shot better than those Hallmark movies. A little bit more cinematography.
Okay. Well, let's bottom line it. What is? I gave a little bit there. What's it about?
So you've got several different storylines going on at once. So very Love Actually in that respect. You've got Isabella Moner or Isabella Merced, whatever she's going by these days. She right there, fantastic. She meets this pop star and doesn't like him at first, and then they spend a lot of time together during this snowstorm. So that's a big storyline. You've got this party at the Waffle House that's about ready to ramp up. And you've got a lot of teenagers going through teenager-type struggles throughout the movie. And it's really, you get really invested in these guys.
Even if you're in your 30s and 40s?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I have watched it already twice.
You've watched it twice?
Yeah. Sometimes you just get in the mood for it.
Okay, I guess. How was Isabella? Because like I said, she was on our show promoting Dora. We loved her when she was on here.
She might be one of my most favorite actresses right now.
She's great.
She was great here. She was great in Dora, and she's great in this movie.
She's one of my favorites. I've loved her for years. Joan Cusack is in this movie. How was Joan?
So kind of a weird cameo, if you will. She kind of pops in and is really, really funny. She drives a truck around and has kind of a weird tinfoil hat on. She's funny. And she complements the cast very well.
Speaking of the cast, I'm looking. I love that kid. I cannot. My apologies. I can't think of his name. He's from Spider-Man. He's Peter Parker's best friend. How was he?
They're all great. I mean, there were no. I don't know any of their names except for Isabella, but they were all fantastic.
I think we're okay with that because again, we're in our. And I was making a joke, but I'm serious. Even though we are older. Do you relate? I mean, do you still feel the feels?
We were all teenagers at one point.
You're right, Ted.
You're right, Ted. We can boil down teenagers to very simple terms and stuff, but they're very complex.
They are.
And this movie does a really, really good job with that.
Now, as people know, with Hallmark movies, we have to check certain boxes to make sure it qualifies as a legitimate Hallmark movie. So let's go down some with this. Was there a kiss in a gazebo?
No.
Okay.
There was a kiss at the Waffle House. Waffle Town, whatever.
Fine, yeah.
So the character that Isabella is linked up with this whole time, pop star from the big city, and gets lost in the small town. So there you go.
That's it.
That's a check.
That's it. Did any Hallmark guest star, Hallmark favorites appear in this one, like Lacey Chabert?
I looked.
Melissa Joan Hart, Valerie
Chad
Bertinelli.
Michael Murray.
Yeah.
No Cameron Candace Bure.
No.
Whatever her name is.
Lori Loughlin before she went to jail. No.
I will say what was weird was that this is a snowstorm and we're all stranded in a snowstorm, but it sort of looks like the day after the snowstorm.
Oh.
So there wasn't a whole lot of
special effects budget?
Yeah.
Okay, Ted judges all of these movies by crowns. Get it? Hallmark Gold crowns. 4 is the best. 0 is, horrible. So Ted, take it away.
Big day. Big day. Leo, let's do the honors here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is.
4!
There it is.
Gold crowns. for Let It Snow. Look at the fireworks.
We got a little creative with the fireworks.
Ted, can we afford those fireworks? That was...
No.
No,
I don't think we can.
We can't.
We blew the whole budget on it.
Ted Johnson, everybody. Thank you, Ted. You can watch Let It Snow. You can watch Let It Snow right now on Netflix. See? He does finally like one. Still ahead, the Como Zoo is here with one of our favorite animals when we return. Back after this. I always love when, I say it all the time, I love when groups come to the show, and today we have some special guests from the Como Zoo. So of course, yeah, clap for the Como Zoo, yeah. So of course, if Como Zoo's here, they gotta bring an animal, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Liz and Chloe, everybody, the sloth. Welcome back, Liz.
Thanks, Jason. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Now, if people missed the last time Chloe was on, would you like to introduce Chloe and tell her a little bit about her?
You bet. This is Chloe, Como Zoo's 15-year-old two-toed sloth.
Oh.
All sloths have 3 toes on their hind feet. Only the two-toed sloth has 2 in the front. And they use those 2 toes for grooming themselves, for combing their hair, for scratching when they get an itch, for grabbing leaves off of trees.
Oh, look at Chloe.
I'm giving her a little bit of cucumber right now, which is not something she'd find in the wild, but it's
oh, check her out.
healthy.
She's like,
there we go. That's how they use those toes.
Oh, my
Pretty cool,
goodness.
huh?
It's really, so this is, are these like the adult, like the human version of a fingernail, or is
You got it.
That literally is like kind of similar to the same substance that we have?
Yes.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
keratin.
Yeah, keratin.
Would you like to feed her?
I sure
Cute?
would. Okay. There you go, sweetheart.
Oh, you're the luckiest man in the world.
I love
today.
it. Hi, sweetie. Liz, how long do sloths usually live, like in the wild?
In the wild, 15 to 20 years. There
Okay.
are lots of predators in the wild. If you want a gross statistics, they guess that half of the sloths that are killed by predators in the wild are killed when they're going to the ground to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
So the most
they're
dangerous
vulnerable.
times in their lives, yes, they're
This is
vulnerable.
when they're tinkling. Yeah.
Yep. They're very well camouflaged high in the rainforest canopy where they spend most of their lives, most of the time, just eating leaves and sleeping.
Well, that's what we do here.
And
That's
yeah.
all. Yeah, I wish I
Whoop.
could do that. Yeah. What's their normal diet like in the wild and and with the zoo?
In the wild, they mainly eat leaves, things like sweet almond leaves, mango leaves, papaya leaves, that sort of thing. Occasionally, they'll smell some really ripe fruits.
I love the very little effort she puts into chewing.
Yeah,
It's just,
there we are.
She's like, well, I'll just chew this for a little while. Yeah, I'm sorry. So what else?
She likes the bright lights in here too. The occasional ripe fruits, blossoms, like hibiscus. Sloths in the wild love hibiscus blossoms. Thanks to Como Friends, our support organization, I was able to go to Costa Rica and volunteered last year for 2 weeks at a rehab center high up in the rainforest. And I got to work with some sloths there, which was super cool. And they loved hibiscus.
They do.
And instead of making them salads, lettuce salads, like we make for Chloe every night, we would go out every afternoon and cut down branches from trees and bring them back for all the animals they had there.
Liz, you said Chloe's attracted to the light. How is their eyesight? Are they?
They do not have... Here, we brought you a couple of presents from our wonderful gift shop.
Chloe found a boyfriend. That's right. Hey, that's you. This is very meta right here. Very, it's a little, yeah.
Notice her moist, everybody's favorite word, nose.
I like how her little tongue is sticking out, like just.
Careful, Jason.
Oh, what's she gonna do?
This is family TV, is it not?
Yeah, it is. I wasn't gonna make out with a sloth, but yeah. By the way, we mentioned this is so cute, but there's something special about these plush at the gift store, right?
Yes,
yeah.
At the gift store and at the pop-up shop at Rosedale Mall.
I love Rosedale. Yeah, if you buy any of these little plushes at the Rosedale pop-up, or how cute is that? a portion of the proceeds go to conservation efforts. So it's a really good, yeah. These are really soft. May I touch her fur? Just in
We
the back?
can let you
Right
touch
there, right
her
there.
fur.
I just want to like
What's
that.
it feel like to you?
My Aunt Lois's wig. Yeah, feels like a little Aunt.
Poor Aunt Lois.
No, I'm kidding. I don't have an Aunt Lois. Anyway, no, it's coarse.
Like a horse. Yes, it's very.
Oh,
I think
yes.
it feels like a horse's mane.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
But yet soft. Coarse yet soft.
And
Yeah.
so it helps protect sloths from the wetness in the rainforest. It rains every day, so rain will just fall off of their fur.
We dropped a cantaloupe.
Yeah, whoopsie daisy.
Give-
And okay, did you want to make a quick dinner
I
salad?
can't. We got to go. We'll do, you know
Okay.
what? We'll do it a little bit later. Give it up for Liz, everybody, for information. I wanted to get. Head to ComoZooConservatory.org. Still ahead. We're chatting with our buddy Gerard from Soul Bowl when we come back. Back after this. Hi, Chloe. I know. Welcome back, everybody. Right there. Right there. Welcome back. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. If you need some help with your food, our next guest can help you really win over your family and friends. Give it up for one of our favorites from Soul Bowl, it's Gerard, everybody. Welcome back. Okay. Let's get to it. The Mr. T.
The Mr. T. So I'm like Thanksgiving crazy. It's totally my favorite holiday. And so we did this sandwich to make like the perfect bite.
Is that part of the sandwich?
This is part of the sandwich. So we have this cornbread bun. It's like our special thing that we do at Soul Bowl. So we start with that. We got our little bit of our cauliflower mashed potatoes, which is one of my favorites. Got Parmesan in here. And we put a little bit of fresh herbs, rosemary, and thyme.
Did you say these are your cauliflower mashed potatoes?
Yep, cauliflower mashed potatoes.
What is it? Do you mind if I ask, is there any potatoes in it? Or
There's potatoes in there about 50-50. So we roast the potatoes, and then we also roast and get that caramelization on the cauliflower
so
and blend
good.
that in. So we have this. We have collard greens, which is a good Thanksgiving classic. Gotta have collard greens. All right, and then we do a mesquite smoked turkey.
Okay. This is lunch, everybody. This is lunch today. Yeah.
Cranberry sauce, and we actually take a different approach on cranberry sauce. We blend it with dried cranberries, and we also put some spices in there like cinnamon and cayenne, and kind of punch up the spice. So it's not just the regular out of the can.
I was just going to say that
cranberry sauce.
gelatinous thing that just floats right out of the can. Yeah.
So we got cranberry sauce, and then we have a little bit of Soul Bowl gravy, which is like a Cajun and an herb gravy mix, and you just get a little bit of that on here.
This looks so good. Now, I should ask, are you going to have this just for this time of year? Or are you going to keep them?
So this is on for our fall menu. We're keeping this around. You can kind of get that holiday flavor through the rest of the season. So this is like the one-stop shop. You can sneak and get your Thanksgiving fix early. We got you a little sample.
I'm going to do it right
It's
now.
all about the perfect bite. You know, you want to get that perfect bite on Thanksgiving.
Now, before I eat, and I can't stop talking, you just did a new menu. Tell the folks about your new menu.
Just did a new menu. We switched it over for the fall, so we got a lot of fall classics. And so you'll see things like black eyed peas. You'll see cornbread dressing, candy yams, collard greens, and we're also doing a Thanksgiving delivery special on Wednesday and Thursday. So if you don't want to cook, spend a little more time with the family, you can come in and pick out the items that you want, and we can even deliver it.
I paused because Eric, get a shot. Look what's waiting in the wings over here. Look at this.
It wouldn't be right if she didn't come on.
She is like wanting it. So get over here. Come over here.
I always eat when Gerard's here.
Yeah.
Look he even made me one.
Yeah, isn't it? Oh, that cornbread bread, or the bun, that is really good.
So we do a jalapeno cornbread with a little bit of onions and jalapenos in there. Not spicy, but it gives a little flavor and kind of punch it up a little bit.
Really good. And I said it on the show when Gerard wasn't here, but if you haven't been to Gray's, it's in the North Loop, and I'm going to brag on you because you're too humble to say it. We were at Gray's, and there's a lot of great vendors there. Guess who had the longest line? This guy right here. Sincerely. Everybody was waiting. How good is that?
Can I have some more?
No, that's it.
We're gonna pack this one away.
That's right. Yeah. What's your best seller, Gerard?
Right now is probably the double it or chicken and waffles, and so we do a kind of version of this with fried chicken and macaroni. And the other one is chicken and waffles. It's got smoked peaches and turkey bacon on there.
So good. Give it up for Gerard, everybody.
Thank you.
Now, for more information, head to SoulBowlMN.com. And again, if you want to find him, he's at the Graze. Graze as in grazing in the forest there, in the forest, on the field. Graze, right there in the North Loop by Target Field. We'll put this whole segment on our Facebook page a little bit later. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us, everybody. Thank you, my friend. They're so good. I know. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So good. I should say, too, when baseball season starts again, Gerard has Soul Bowl in Target Field as well. So, yeah, it's so good.
So good. The collard greens were like everything.
I know. Well, obviously, you know, my dad's family, a lot of you know my dad's family is from the South. From Tennessee and Kentucky, so I love some greens. I love some pinto beans. I love cornbread. That's what I grew up on.
My whole family's from Minnesota, and I still love all that too.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
And Iowa.
I did. No, and I did. I mean, that was dinner. Was pinto beans and cornbread and greens, and that's what my grandma cooked.
Oh.
Papa made everything else.
I love your grandma.
I know. Oh, believe me, why do you think I was a puffy kid? I mean, seriously, every day. And then someone asked me yesterday, I always talk about my grandma that I watched Dallas with. She used to make these silver dollar pancakes. Do you guys know what silver dollar pancakes are? Yes. Somebody asked me, like, what's silver dollar pancakes? Do you know what they are?
Yeah, they're like the things that like this big, right?
They're smaller,
Yeah.
and she used to put them in her old pan with Wesson, and the corners got real crispy. So it's not a big fluffy pancake. They're
like
smaller,
little.
and the corners crisp up. Oh, and then a little bit of syrup. Yeah, I miss you, Grandma. I love you. We're going to take a break, everybody. We'll be back after this. Stay with us. So good. Stack them up and just eat them like a sandwich. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Tomorrow and Friday shows are going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow it's our first ever all hot dish show. So we're going to have a fun panel, a little viewish panel of some of your favorites. Miss Shannon will be here. Aaron Schwaberini will be part of our panel tomorrow, Aaron Schwab. So all hot dish throughout the show. And then Friday we're really excited because each of us on our staff will be showing you the favorite dishes that we make for Thanksgiving. What are you making?
I'm making easy monkey bread.
Easy monkey bread. Yes. I'm making a stuffing that I always make that has sausage in it. And Jeff, what are you making? Sweet potatoes. So yeah.
And guess what Ted's doing?
And Ted's gonna shop for wine. Yeah. So there we go. That's how Ted rolls. Yeah. We were talking about in the commercial break. If you saw us go like this, we were talking about an easy bake oven.
Yeah.
What was the one? I forgot to. I've been meaning to ask you this. What was the one choice, since we're getting near the holidays, that you like begged for from Santa?
A bike. I wanted a bike and
Really?
a basketball. Remember, I was a tomboy. I
You
didn't
were.
want,
Oh
like,
yeah.
girly
You were very
stuff.
sporty.
Yeah, I didn't own a dress until I was at least like 20.
Really?
For real.
Oh, that's
well,
cool.
other than like prom,
Yeah.
you know, and stuff. But I went to college and we had to wear a formal dress, and I was like, I don't own anything. I don't know what to do. I had to like go shopping.
I love that.
Yeah.
And now you basically have to wear one every day.
That's what I wear every day.
I know. Yeah. Mine was always He-Man.
Oh, yeah, you love your He-Man.
He-Man. Oh, it's yes.
Can
And
you say the whole thing now?
the opening credits. No, I can recite the opening credits, but no, He-Man. And then I wanted like every kids. I wanted one of those little Cabbage Patch Kids, but my dad was freaking out that I wanted one. So my grandmother behind his back got me. Oh yeah. She got me a Cabbage Patch Kid at this store called Zare, which was kind of like a Target. And she got me a Cabbage Patch Kid, and I was in the car with her, and she goes, "You stay in the car." And she went in the house and told my dad all about himself. She came back in the car, my grandma goes, "You can go in the house now with your Cabbage Patch Kid." And I went, "Thank you very much, Grandma." I was like, my grandmother was bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
My dad didn't say a word. Yeah. He even asked to see its adoption papers. That's right, yeah. Tomorrow on the show, as I said, it's a full hour of Hot Dish. We'll be serving up the latest dish from around the world, and we're going to get some help from some Jason Show friends. That is tomorrow. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself. Get a Cabbage Patch Kid if you want, because no one can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. The adoption papers. They had a tattoo on their butt.